In this video, we'll take a look at matrix addition and subtraction. Here we have four matrices, A, B, C, and D. One of them is not like the others, and I think you can guess that it's matrix C, since matrix A, B, and D all have an equivalent amount of rows and columns. So what we call matrices A, B, and D is we call them square matrices. Square matrices. And this means that the amount of rows they have equals the amount of columns they have. So we define the size of the matrix as m times n, where m equals to the amount of rows and n equals to the amount of columns. So in order to figure out how to add or subtract two matrices, we first need to take a look at their size. And here we have matrix A, which is a 2 by 2 matrix. Matrix B is a 3 by 3 matrix. Matrix C is a 3 by 1 matrix. And by the way, this is called a vector matrix. And lastly, our matrix D is another 2 by 2 matrix. So how do we add, let's say, matrix A and matrix B? And the thing is, we cannot do that. The reason why is because they have different sizes. We cannot add or subtract a 3 by 3 matrix from a 2 by 2 matrix, for example. So in the same fashion, we cannot do A plus C, or for example, B minus D. All of those are prohibited. The only thing with those four matrices, the only thing we can add and subtract would be matrix A plus matrix D and matrix A minus matrix D. So let's do just that. Let's see what it will look like. Let me first clear this area so we have more space. And first we're going to add matrix A to matrix D. And let's rewrite, or actually, let me just make duplicates here. So we're going to add matrix A plus matrix D. And let's see what we get. Adding two matrices is essentially adding each element in the same position. So in this case, it's going to be -2 plus 3, 6 plus 7, 4 plus 0, and lastly, 2 plus 5. What that gives us is a 2 by 2 matrix. The first element is 1, the second is 13, 4, and 7. Let's call it matrix M. Now let's subtract matrix D from matrix A, and same way we did here, we're going to copy those two matrices, switch the signs, and let's see what that gives us. So in the same fashion, we're going to subtract each element, so -2. Be careful with the negatives here. -2 minus 3, 6 minus 7, 4 minus 0, and 2 minus 5. And that gives us a matrix, 2 by 2 matrix, where the first element is -5, second -1, third 4, and lastly -3. We'll call it matrix N. So there you go. We've just added one matrix to another and subtracted one matrix from another. And remember, they have to be equal in size. We hope you liked this video. Don't forget to press subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.